What's happening? 2024 YZ250F. She only has about 4 hours on it. I'm going to take it for a test ride, get an initial impression on it. I haven't rode one of these yet, so this will be the first time I've ridden one of these newer YZ250Fs. She's a pretty bike. Definitely like still brand new. 4 hours. Look at this. Look at the wheels. Alright. Original tires. Has he even rode this thing? She's a pretty bike. Alright, let me get geared up and go take it for a couple laps around the track. Want to try it?
Yeah, the blue thing too. I have the blue one.
2024.
2024.
Yep. Burr, burr, burr. Well, I like it. Did I do that wear on it right there? Crap. Anyway, yeah, she does good. Initially it feels like a little bit of a stink buggish feel. The front end feels a little bit low, back end a little bit high, but you get used to that real quick. He hasn't adjusted the sag or anything on it. The only thing he's done since he's gotten it, I believe, is just put this exhaust system on, but he says he has not even changed a clicker on it. Sag or nothing. So, yeah, initially had a stink buggish feel, but I got used to that real quick. Corners really well. Front end kind of slid out a little bit on me here or there as I was getting used to it, but once I got used to it, it was fine. I do really like the suspension on it. It's very planted. There's very minimum unnecessary movement out of the suspension. It just does what it needs to do, and it gets right back up into its position. And very little unnecessary rebound. It just feels very like suction cups to the track, just very glued down. Probably the best stock suspension I think I've ever test ridden. The motor, you know, it's typical 250F. It's kind of like riding a 125 in a sense, where you have to just keep it pinned the whole time and rev it out, slip shifts in as fast as you can. You know, it's just a 250F. That's how they are. But it does feel nice and smooth. It revs out nicely. It has decent amount of torque and good torque. The gear spacing seems pretty good. The fifth gear has a pretty good stretch to it. This is a faster track out here, and I wasn't hitting the end of fifth gear like it can happen sometimes in some of the other 250Fs when I ride them. This one does feel like fifth gear kind of reaches up there pretty well, which is nice. Sitting on the bike, you kind of feel like you're sitting way on top of it. It feels like you're looking down at the front fender from way up here. That's the initial feeling that you have when you get on it. But again, these things kind of, you get used to it really quick as you're riding. And I actually like it. That felt good. And again, it cornered pretty nicely. Even in the back sweeper section, there was a decent amount of traction. The motor doesn't hit extremely hard. It's not soft, but it doesn't hit extremely hard, so it allows you to keep good control of the bike. The suspension is also a little bit on the firmer side. It's definitely on the firmer side. But again, the action is so good. It's so well planted with very minimum movement, unnecessary movement, very good rebound, and a little bit on the firmer side. This is one of the bikes that I don't think you're gonna have to do much to the suspension at all. You can pretty much buy this one, just set it up for you and race it. It's really good. I landed in some of the worst places on the track with it, and it stayed well composed. I never felt like I was getting down to the bottom harsh or anything. I don't even know if I got to the bottom or not. Let's see, but it never felt harsh. Oh man, I only got it down to right there. That's crazy. Wow. Well, maybe it's not broken in enough. Who knows? I would think I've got it further than that, because I definitely landed in some pretty hard spots. But the brakes, well, they're good. They're good enough, you know. Nothing jumped out at me at them. Now this is a faster track, and it's a softer terrain track, so it's not real hard on the brakes. I mean, you use a lot of brake at higher speeds, but it's not like when you're on a tackier, tighter course where you're really cramping down on the brakes. So I can't say much about that, but there was no complaints about them. They did what they were supposed to do. One of the things I do not like is this. That is all I see is that bar right there. Yeah, I would definitely get some handlebars on it that have a crossbar, like the twin walls, and a crossbar pad. And one thing to point out is, if you own one of these, be sure that this doesn't get kinked right here. They're known to do that. They get a kink in them, then the fuel tank can't vent, and it can cause bogging. So check yours, make sure that's good. Today I'm riding my YZ250 two-stroke with that, which, as you know, them have a lot of hit. And so, you know, I had, after riding this and doing some laps on this, as you saw in the GoPro footage there, I went ahead and took my YZ250 out for a couple laps just to kind of get a back-to-back comparison. And of course, you know, this can't really touch the motor of the YZ250 two-stroke. Obviously, the YZ250 has more motor than this, but this one's definitely has a better frame. You know, it's a way updated frame versus that basically 2005 YZ250 frame, and the suspension is more planted. So them are all good things. Overall, I actually give this bike a 2 thumbs up. It is a great bike. If I was to buy a 250F today, this would be it without a doubt. So yeah, appreciate you guys watching this. Catch you next time.